All right. Well, good afternoon, Rotarians, and welcome to yet another Rotarian Spotlight segment. And obviously, as you know, we're not able to meet face to face, so I thought it would be fun to be able to interview folks that come from different walks of life, so to speak, and some people you know very well, and others you may not know quite as well. And so today, I'm really fortunate to have a relative new member be with us today, Andy Magenheim. So, good afternoon, Andy.
Hi, Dave. Hi, everybody.
Well, it's a Monday and start of a new work week, and we're all working from either home or whatever. But really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And you and I have gotten to know each other probably a lot better in the last 6 to 9 months, I would say. But I wanted to take a little bit of time to get to know you and make sure other folks did as well. So, just for starters, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe your family, your career, maybe some of your hobbies or interests.
Okay. Well, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. My family's, my dad was a physician here in town. A lot of Rotary members actually know him. I've been kind of surprised that I've run across people that have said, we knew your dad and he was our doctor and stuff. And now my brother took over his practice. But on my mom's side, my mom's family ran Steinberg's Clothing down there in Norwood, which was there forever. And I went to Cincinnati Country Day, and I actually went to Ohio State for a year and kind of bailed to California. I was out there for about 25 years, and I went to school in Northern California and ended up pursuing oceanography and really earth sciences. And I traveled around the world doing work with the Alvin submarine and deep sea drill project and crazy stuff. And when we had a family, I needed to enter the real world. So I got to have the fun career first. But things have developed and we ended up back in Cincinnati like so many people do. So I think that's pretty common. But and then currently I am a financial planner. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, how did you get from here to there? And the weird thing is the actual planning, the functional part is very similar. I was a stay-at-home dad before I was a financial planner, and we have 2 children that are on the autism spectrum. And, you know, we ran out of cash and I needed to find a job. It was the first job I took that wasn't something I really wanted to do. And I entered in. I think the folks at the New York Life actually thought I'd last about 3 months. They didn't even want to hire me, but they'll hire anybody, I think. And here I am about 12 years later, and I have a very good practice and I enjoy it. And it's flexible around my kids' schedule, which is what's worked really well. Little difficulties right now, but we'll get back on our feet.
Yeah, I think everybody's going through these things in a different way. But tell us a little bit about that. I mean, the health crisis has obviously affected each and every one of us, probably personally and professionally. So how has it impacted you?
Well, I mean, I had to pick up my son, Elliot, who was at OU because they shut down the physical university there. And my other son, Peter, is taking in high school at home. He's doing pretty good. I think we finally settled in. I think it's been about 3.5 weeks. My practice, you know, it's always been kind of flexible. I've learned to use these kind of Zoom meetings a little bit more. It's been good. New York Life actually shut down all physical general offices about 3 weeks ago. And we're working out of the home. You know, this is a time for financial advisors and planners to really help people stay on track for where they are and hopefully put them in places where they have some flexibility today, because we don't control everything. And this is the kind of black swan event, I think, that causes people to, I mean, you can't predict this, but, you know, sticking on track or based on your goals is important. So I've been reaching out to clients and making sure they're on track and healthy. You know, most people are, and they're doing okay, and that's good. A lot of people have lost their incomes, at least temporarily, and, you know, that's sort of what we plan for. So I think
well, it takes somebody with some foresight and really a partner to really guide folks through these types of things. So it sounds like you're doing exactly that.
Yeah. So you know what, it's in some ways it's had positive feedback, even though people are very upset. I kind of feel like I've helped people have choices today, which, you know what, it's weird because it's such a different thing than I started out doing. I was doing it for fun when I was an oceanographer, and it was really about feeding me and my head. And now I can take my skill set and help people make decisions actively, and it's been rewarding. Not rewarding from where we are perspective, but more from, you know what, I think people understand and take some of the stress off.
I think it's also a time, kind of what you're saying, is to work on the relationship side. And I do think, and from my perspective in my business, I think it's a huge opportunity to really get even closer to clients. So it sounds like you're definitely
I think you're correct. Actually, I kind of felt the reset coming on. And that's what this is for everybody that's going to stand up again. And I think people that are strong, they know they have to stand up afterwards. And trying to figure out how in a reasonable way is important.
Absolutely. Well, tell me a little bit about your Rotary experience. I know you joined about 18 months ago or so, and maybe mention some things about why you joined and what helps you remain connected with the club.
I mean, it's interesting that you even chose to have me interviewed today, Dave. I'm pretty new to the club and I feel like I haven't totally engaged, but I'll tell you why. My son Peter entered high school. I've done what I can to help him, and we've gotten help from everybody in the community. It's been incredible. But what I realized was that in a couple of years, he's going to be independent, and I need to get back to engaging in a different way. And we've received a lot of help from the community. My kids have. I've seen a lot of other people that have. And I know that Rotary's been involved for a very long time in the special needs community. And when I saw that they were supporting two of my favorite charities, Autism Society and the Children's Home, I really thought that it was the right thing to get engaged with. And surprisingly enough, I've been engaged in other ways that are really been beneficial to me, I think, and I've really appreciated it. I love some of the speakers that have come. Some of the speakers have been they call themselves disruptors, but the reality is they're helping the community grow. Mm-hmm. And I love seeing that. And people are so kind in the Rotary. I look forward to a point when I can be that for someone else.
Well, I think that's why we've kind of gotten to know each other even better over the last 6 to 9 months, because I really appreciate your perspective on a lot of different things. So tell me a little bit about when you think about the club and from an external and internal reach as we maneuver through this crisis. What are some things that come to mind on you that you think we should be doing to respond?
I got to tell, I'm super impressed by what we are doing. The immediate response to help out the members of the Hilton, hugely important, because a lot of people are going to have difficulty making it through this time period where they're not going to have an income. And, that was nice to hit directly with the people that have supported Rotary. And then I saw John's talk with you over the weekend. That's even more powerful. What a creative way to help out with not just one part of our community, but two. And I really, look, the first responders are no longer the firefighters and the police, although they still are. The people that are helping medically, and if they're needed, it's going to be very tough. And I can, on a firsthand basis, tell you about the childcare part. If you don't have childcare, you can't work. And so we need these people to work, and then supporting the restaurants. I think a very creative thing to do. I'm impressed by that. And, I know we can't be hands-on with that, but financially supporting that is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit challenging for us to be able to do the hands-on service part of it, which we all love to do. But right now it's a little bit difficult to do that, as well as financially support. So I think there's a lot of creative folks in our team, on our organization, whether it's in the club or the foundation, that are doing some really neat things to check all the boxes, so to speak. So I'm really extremely proud, as it sounds like you are as well.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I like the fact that it's not us doing it individually. It's sort of a group that you can be anonymous within. That's pretty impressive to me.
Absolutely. Well, Rotarians, I think in a few short minutes, you've gotten to know Andy very well. You can understand what makes him tick and how much he cares about others and believes in service above self. So, Andy, thanks so much for taking the time today. And we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you very soon in the Hall of Mirrors.
Well, hey, thanks, Dave. And everybody stay safe and stay healthy.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Andy. And Rotarians, we will have another few segments coming your way here shortly, but go out and make it a good day and stay safe and healthy. Take care.